Saturday night, June 11th, 1984, and I just had a miserable experience with something entitled an intervention. I'd never heard of that word, but my wife had set me up, had taken me into a hotel under false pretenses, had said we were going to meet some friends for dinner and drinks, and instead met four men who sat down and talked to me about drinking and told me I need to go into rehab. I was angry. I was pissed off. We got in the car and drove home in stony silence. By the time we got home, it was still early, probably 6:30. And I turned to Liz with my sense of indignation and righteousness and said, "Well, you don't expect me to have a drink after that, do you?" I was arrogant, and I was pig-headed, and I was angry. But something had happened that changed my life. I had been publicly humiliated. I felt like I'd been slapped in the face. And there was no more kidding anybody else, and it's no more kidding myself about how serious my alcoholism, and it was alcoholism. There was no joking about it anymore. I drank the first scotch and started the second. Wasn't the same. I was drinking alone in the front room. Liz was in the bedroom. I knew she was crying. And I decided to go in and talk to her. I walked in and she was sitting quietly on the bed, and I said, "Liz, I'm going to say something to you that I have never said in my life. I'm going to quit drinking now. I know you want to leave me. I don't want you to do that. I love our daughters. I'm going to give it a try. And starting now, I'm going to quit drinking." And you know what? I did. We had a trip planned to Hawaii shortly thereafter, and I started putting soda in my glass instead of booze. And in almost no time, I felt unbelievably better. The fog lifted off my brain, my energy increased, and I felt better than I'd ever felt in my life. I didn't realize how much alcohol was dragging me down, how much I was slowed and not as sharp as I should have been. Now, I'd like to tell you that it was just that simple and we never have a problem again. It's not. I drifted back into it a little bit, but really, that day changed my life, and I was on a path of a new path, not only sobriety, but on a path to spirituality, on a path to understanding who I was, on a path to living a life that was entirely different than anything I'd ever had before. And I'll talk to you more about that as we chat about my book. Thanks.